Welcome back to the Good, the Bad and the Ugly podcast with me, Tony Morell. This week's special guest is inspirational social media figure Fatz.
Who checked on you today? Who checked on you this week?
Why are you listening to people going nowhere in their own life, yet they're telling you how to live yours?
Fatz opens up about his past, hanging around the streets of London in his younger years, and how he's turned his life around, becoming a beacon of positivity with his motivational videos. Thanks for listening and watching this episode.
I was so deluded back then that I thought I was that guy. I wanted to be the biggest drug dealer. I wanted to be the guy who drank all the time. I was always fighting or in drama. You ain't anxious. You're going out clubbing at the weekend, sniffing pain and drinking, telling me you're signed off work for anxiety.
Welcome to the Good, the Bad and the Ugly podcast with me, Tony Morell, and this week's special guest is Fatz. This guy is best known for his motivational daily videos, inspiring people. Really looking forward to sharing the good, the bad and the ugly with us. How are we?
Very good. Thank you for having me on.
Listen, I've been trying to get hold of you for ages, and yeah, you know, you've agreed to come on, and you've come to London, and you know, we're buzzing to actually get you on finally. And I know you've got a powerful story, you know, one that I think a lot of people will relate to, but you know, it's your story and it's real as they come.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just want to get into it. So where you're from, where you grew up, family life was like, and school life?
I was born in East London and raised in South London for like the majority of my, well, I'm older now, so most of my youth and teens, which was a bit hard. Alcoholic, abusive father, a bit of domestic violence. We had to move around a lot, and I think we moved like 7 times. It was one stint when he went to prison. My mum was like, that's enough, so we moved without telling him, and that was our break away from the domestic abuse.
What can you remember what age it all started, when you can understand when it started and stuff?
Oh, as long as as far back as I can remember, he was an abusive drunk. Always beating my mum, put her in hospital before. We went to one of those shelters for abused families. I remember being in one of the rooms and it was just bunk beds of just people who had run away.
Dorm, like a dormitory, yeah?
Yeah, like families who run away from abuse. Back then it was probably more rife, you know, abusive families.
Yeah. Was your brothers and sisters?
I got a little sister. She probably remembers some of it, but me being older, obviously seen a lot more of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, going to like, you know, sheltered accommodation for, you know, like they say, I think it's like battered wives and stuff like that. As a kid, I don't think I mean, obviously at an age like you and I, you probably did sort of understand, but your sister didn't.
Yeah, I don't know if she was around then, but I was young enough just to see as we've made some friends in a new place.
Yeah.
I wasn't old enough to realise this is fucking wrong. When I was old enough to remember stuff, it's more kind of biting my dad's arm because he was strangling my mum and crying and saying, let her go. But that's all I could do. As a young age, that's all you can do.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't have the power back then.
Yeah, that's it. As a kid, you've got, you know, you're scared, you're petrified and stuff like that. And going to school, what was school like? Can you remember going to school or?
So when he was around, it was violence. And I didn't mind the violence because there was violence at home, so it reflected in school. So I'd go from home to school, I'd fight everybody at school, go home and it'd be fine. Scratches, bruises, and it'd be fine. The violence was normal for me.
That was just the norm, was it?
Yeah, but as soon as we got away from him, so mum got the power to get away from an abusive father, as soon as he was gone, there was no violence at home, so there was no violence in me. So when I went to school, I kind of reclused. I was within myself. I was bullied. I was the shy kid, and for years it was just a lot of bullying because I was just so shy and scared all the time.
Yeah. So obviously school time, was it just... Did you? I'm not saying you enjoyed it because you were bullied and stuff. But can you remember school? Was it good times when you were there? Besides the the bullying, did that come afterwards or?
Oh no, I hated school. I hated it. And the whole part of going to school, I hated that. You know, I wasn't very smart, so I didn't really get much work done. I didn't really have a mass amount of friends. You know, my only friend around that time when I was living in London, his name was Caius, and he was 2 doors down from me. And yeah, it was just my best friend for years.
Secondary school and stuff like that, is that where like the bullying started, or was it primary school or?
The bullying started as soon as we got away from my father. So we got away from him, and it was just a massive change of not having violence at home. And then just people used to beat me up all the time. I remember one time they called me out. I see bullying as a part of life. It's part of growing up. You know, it's horrible when you get bullied to a point that kids take their own life. That's disgusting and horrible. But the other side of bullying you get is, you know, some of it's character building. You get a bit of shit from some people and you deal with it. And you know, they caught me one time. It was half term, and I used to walk down to the second or third bus stop because all the kids were at the top bus stop. So I didn't want to be with them because they'd bully me in front of people. And it was a half term Friday, so I knew we had 2 weeks off. But they ended up walking down to this bus stop, and they caught me. They took turns giving me dead legs, and for the first week of half term I couldn't walk. It was massively bruised and it was so much pain. But it is what it is. I don't see it as a massive thing now, but back then it was.
Yeah, I mean, it's to have that outlook on it though. It's like, you know, bullying and stuff, and today in society, you know, you see like a lot of people speak out about it and stuff, but as a kid in like the late 80s or early 90s or whatever, it's probably, like you said, it was like the norm, and sort of build you as a person. When you look at it now, you think, what, do you really think so? But it probably does build you as a person, where you get to, you know, look after yourself, or, you know what I mean, it's one of them where you have a different look at it, you know, in life and stuff. But with the secondary school, is that where, like, you know, the panic attacks happened, or?
So yeah, as soon as we got away from my dad and I started going into the secondary school, as soon as we was living in South London, we got away from dad. He was in prison. We moved without telling him. And I was scared to go to school. I was scared to see people. I was scared of bullies, and I was scared of everything. And I'd randomly cry, and I wouldn't know why. Like, I wouldn't know why I was crying. I'd just be getting ready for school, and then I'd burst into tears. And at a young age, I didn't know what it was. My mother did. She was like, "It's okay, calm down, calm down, calm down." So as a kid, I was having panic attacks and anxiety issues, maybe, about just going to school. And there'd be sometimes I'd walk to the bus stop, go home crying just because, you know, I didn't want to go. And, you know, mother, she looked after me as much as she could. You know, there'd be other times that I'd just run away from the bus stop and trip over, or on purpose, just so I'd look like I'm dirty. I'd be like, Mum, I couldn't do it. I ran away from this, and I just stayed away from it. And for a few years, I dealt with that kind of panic attacks and scared all the time. But again, you kind of get over these.
As a child, you must have been petrified. You know what I mean?
As a child, yeah. As a man reflecting back on it, I'm like, yeah, it's part of my growth. I wouldn't be who I am now if it wasn't for that. You know, everybody's got a sob story. So for me to say, oh, look, my life was the worst life ever, it wasn't. You know, I had a good, loving mother. I had some good, loving grandparents and aunts, and you know, I had a good life. I had an abusive, drunk father who beat my mum, but I think back then again, it was a part of life. It's a part of growth.
I think a lot of people go through, you know, certain what you're talking about there, you know, and domestic violence and stuff like that, and you know, and it revolves around drink, drugs, and stuff like that. And like you said, I think it, you know, people used to think that was the norm.
Yeah.
Where, like, in today's society, you know, people are going, you know, you get in jail, big, you know, and solely rightly so. Do you know what I mean? No one deserves to, you know, family home and stuff, and kids having to witness that and stuff like that. But
no kid should have to go through that. Yeah.
You know, but yourself, you know, it's saying it's made you into the person today. You know, I have the same. I remember growing up as a kid, and my mum was, my mum loved the booze, you know what I mean? And it was just like, is this the fucking norm?
Yeah.
You think it's the norm? She was with an abusive partner, you know, and like you say, you were scared.
Yeah.
I was scared because I wasn't physically strong enough to do anything about it.
Yeah.
But then it got to a point where I got to like 15 or whatever, and I was a skinny kid, and I'm not now, like, but it's one of those. But you get to a point where I remember being 15, and I remember one day he was, you know, my mum's abusive partner was shouting at my brothers, and I was like, don't ever fucking speak to them like that again. And I don't know where they come from.
Yeah.
And I think you just find it, and I'm, you know, I'm not, you know, and I'm not like that, I don't per se, but when you probably have had enough of that stuff going on in your life, I think you just get that thing inside you, and you think, fuck, enough's enough.
Yeah, you definitely get to a certain point where you have to blow.
Yeah, and I just remember it, and like you say, it's made you the peer, and I'd like to think, I didn't like it at the time, what was going on. Probably yourself, you didn't probably understand, but then you thought it was the norm, drink. Like I say, going back, revolving around drinking, drugs and stuff, and we've all made, you know, things, decisions where you think, fucking hell, you know, is this the norm or what? But
I think back then it was more norm. Nowadays, you can.
there's a lot more help out there, isn't there, for people? I think, you know, where
Nowadays there is, but I think you can just go to the police or services or get some help for near enough anything nowadays. Or you can say you've got an issue with anything, and they'll name any sort of relationship down to some gaslighting or pushing people. They've got names for everything, and I don't think many people go through the struggles that we once did.
yeah, where other people have experienced that. Where I think people do play on some certain things, if I'm going to be honest. You know, in life where you can, like you say, you can go and say, and they've got a name for it.
Yeah.
Where back when we were growing up and stuff like that, where this actually went on and stuff, and it's fucking, there was no help there in them days, you know what I mean, sort of thing. Is that why you turned to drugs and that? What sort of type of drugs was you taking and stuff?
So I was bullied for years, and I didn't really have any confidence. I didn't really have, you know, I definitely wasn't a ladies' man. I was kind of a bullied kind of loser kid for a long time. But the drugs and the drink, as soon as I found them, they gave me the confidence to be that outspoken person. They gave me the confidence to get back into violence, aggro, issues. I was the life of the party because I was high or drunk. So it gave me the confidence to be somebody I wasn't, but somebody I thought I could be.
Yeah.
And it was horrible.
So what was you taking? Was it just like, was it cocaine, ecstasy?
Started out with ecstasy. So I've never been a smoker. Never, no smoking, no weed. I've tried it all. It's fags, I hate it. All the smoking, I hate.
Yeah.
But the ecstasy I loved for a certain point. Alcohol was the biggest one for me, which is strange because it was coming from an alcoholic father. So I thought I'd go the other way, but like, nah, I'm not going to drink like him. But I ended up drinking just like him, being a dickhead like him anyway.
Yeah.
So ecstasy and then cocaine as well.
Yeah. What age was you when you were taking?
I was probably old enough, yeah, but I think I started them at 17, 18, so old enough to not take drugs, but old enough to be on that period of taking them.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of people nowadays be about 12, 13 when they start. It's ridiculous.
Kids take them a lot younger now, don't they? And
yeah.
It's just like you say, it's just a thing that's a problem that's out of control. But yeah, so that give you that confidence, did it, to like bring that person out that was always inside that?
Yeah, somebody that I thought I wanted to be, that confident life of the party. They'd be like, oh, Fatz, you know what you did last night? Oh, Fatz, remember when you was fighting that guy? Oh, Fatz, remember when you got kicked out of that club? You know, I work on the doors now as a bouncer. But at the same nightclub, I was banned for a year for attacking the bouncer. So tables have all turned. But I was that dickhead guy. I was that guy with the ego, the you know, arrogant young man who was just knew it all.
Yeah, I think like a lot of young men have that ego. Listen, I think a lot of young men have this ego. They want to make a name for themselves, and
they get on the packet and start thinking they're somebody they're not.
Rocky Marshmallow, I think most of them think they are. Do you know what I mean? It's like, but like you say, you were that guy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But I was so deluded back then that I thought I was that guy. So I started talking a bit more like a roadman, fucking idiot. I started believing that's who I was. I wanted to be the biggest drug dealer. I wanted to be the guy who drank all the time. I wanted to be the guy who was always fighting or in drama. And in my head, I thought I was tough. I thought I was big. And then you reflect and you look back, and when you self-educate, you're like, fucking hell, what a prick. I would beat me up if I met me now.
Yeah. And was you always blame? It was always somebody else's fault.
Oh, yeah, massively. I remember I was working in a factory. I worked there for 3 years. And I remember riding in the winter one time. It was about a 3-mile ride on a push bike. And the whole time I was riding, I was angry at my boss because I wasn't driving. It's such a deluded way to think. And when I got to work, I had a chip on my shoulder. You know, I fucking don't get enough money here. It's shit that I don't do this. It's shit I ain't got no money. Fucking shit job. Get to the Friday, Saturday, I'll spend the money on drinking drugs. Not on the driving, not on trying to get a car, not on trying to learn to drive, not on trying to get a new job. I'd spend my money on drinking drugs and going out and partying, and then I'd be angry at my boss that I didn't get enough money. I'd be angry that I'm in the job that I chose to be in.
Because you pissed it all up the wall on the Friday and Saturday and whatever.
And I think so many people are deluded in that way of thinking. They'll be, oh, yeah, it's my boss's fault I ain't got enough money. What the fuck, you ain't stuck in a dead-end job. You can go find another dead-end job tomorrow.
Or a job, you know, but it's just how you manage your money and you know, what you want in life, really, isn't it? It's like, I think we've all done it, you know, when you've had a job and I think you live for the weekend and then you're like, oh, and then it's like, oh, I feel like shit on the Monday. But
I can't blame anybody else but myself for being in a job for 3 years in a dead-end factory, and I can't blame anybody else for being in Sports Direct for 4 years. I can't blame anybody else for those years I wasted in those places, or I went out drinking and taking drugs, and I can't blame anybody else, but at that time, I blamed everybody else.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the whole reason I never changed my life, because I was too busy blaming everybody else, not taking responsibility, and I kept me there. You know, if you choose not to change, that's why you'll never change.
That's it. Taking responsibility is a big one. You know, it's like, you know, I've made fucking loads of mistakes, mate.
Yeah,
You've got to own it. Where some people make mistakes and you think it's clear to see that you're in the fucking wrong. You've made that decision. You know what I mean? I've made loads of wrong decisions. I don't blame anyone else. I blame myself. Do you know what I mean? You can't blame somebody else for something that you've done or whatever.
Yeah.
And don't make out that it's like you're always in the right, Mr. Right all the time. And if you want to do something about something, you've got to fucking make a change, like you say. That's nobody else can do it but yourself. It's like, you know, people. I don't think people understand exactly what, you know. If you want something in life, you've got to go and get it. You can't sit on your ass and just wait for it to fall through the door for you. You know what I mean?
It's worse nowadays because we have so many more opportunities to do more nowadays. You got everything at the fingertips. You know, I'm not talking just about AI, but you can apply for jobs through your phone every single day. You can download Indeed and just apply for jobs if you want to apply for jobs. Whereas you
get an alert on your phone, it'll pop through on an email. It's been accepted, or you got an interview with someone. Where back in the day, you didn't have fucking...
Yeah, printing off CVs, going around to shops trying to get a job or trying to change your life, or, you know, you'd go to the library to learn something, you know, and nowadays you could just go online, buy a course online or do something or go to seminars, whatever you need to do. It's easier to level up in life now than it ever has been, but everybody's got that TikTok brain or you know, they're wasting their life flicking by and blaming everybody else. Oh, you just don't know how hard it is. Shut the fuck up, man.
I find it with like a lot of, and this is no disrespect to young, because there's a lot of good young people who are out there, and I'm not labelling all the young people, by the way, but there's some young people that they don't want to work. And so you pay them, no. It's you know what I mean? It's like you give people jobs and stuff, and you pay them decent money, don't pay them like shite money or nothing. And they don't want it, you know what I mean? It's like,
but what's the point? What's the point of going to work, losing your Monday to Friday to earn, say, 200, 300 quid a week, when you could stay off of work, pretend you've got an illness, you get all your PIP money, and then you've got double that money coming in for the end of the month? You know, there's loads of people I know who have signed up because they can't go to work because they've got anxiety, yet they can go out clubbing, go to the gym, and go to the fucking meal out every week. Like, you ain't anxious. You're going out clubbing at the weekend, sniffing cocaine and drinking, telling me you're signed off work for anxiety. It's the biggest load of bullshit.
It's got a fucking big part to play, hasn't it? You know what I mean?
You can cheat the system so easily nowadays by saying that you've got something, and that's why we got into that snowflake society. Everybody can claim for something or want something for free.
Well, that's what you've just been saying. Now they've got a name for everything. So, you know, when like you're saying, people go out and do what they do over a weekend, but they're all right fucking in the gym, they're all right in the... Gets to that weekend when it's, you know, when the next thing, it's like, oh, I can't do that, I can't work, I can't... You think to yourself, fuck me, you know, 1 minute you're doing this and then the next minute you're doing that. And you've got this fucking, this illness of some sort, you know, and like you say, I think a lot of people do play on that, and it's like, you know, I think it's just society of today, you know what I mean?
It is, and it doesn't give any young people, like referring back to young people, how could they take responsibility for themselves if they can get everything handed on a plate by saying that they've got something? I've got ADHD, so I should get this. I've got some sort of on the spectrum, so I should get that. I've got anxiety, so I should get this. And the vast majority of them haven't got these things, but it's easier to diagnose than to say to somebody, look, just buck up your ideas, geezer.
Yeah.
Why would you go out there working hard, trying to build something? Another prime example is if you work hard, try and start a business, if you work full time, you pay for your dentist, you pay for your prescriptions, you pay for everything, you pay for your rent. Yet if you don't work, you get your dentist for free, you get your doctors for free, you get your rent paid. And if you want to say that you've got something, here's some free money.
It's bonkers, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's absolutely bonkers.
And then they wonder why the UK is going down the shitter.
It's fucking crackers. You just hit it on the head. But, you know, with the crime and that as well, and you were arrested and that. Did you serve any jail or anything, or was it?
No jail time. Luckily for me, I was on tag for nearly a year. That was for offensive weapon, and then breaching the community service as well.
Did you have to do community service?
Oh yeah, for the year.
How many hours did you get?
So I did a year of community service, roughly a year of community service. That was for. So the tag was the offensive weapon, and the year of community service, that was for the attempted car theft, which just went really, really bad for me, to be fair. I'm not a good thief. It just turns out I'm not a good thief.
Yeah.
I was pissed up one night, and I was meant to beat this girl. So I jumped in a taxi, and I was drinking that, that Goldschlager with the gold bits in.
Oh, yeah.
So I jumped in a taxi. Taxi driver kicked me out. It was raining. These are vaguely things I can remember. It was raining. He kicked me out because I was too drunk, probably being a prick. So in my head, I was like, my friends steal cars. I know how to do this. I've seen them do it. I've been in stolen cars. We're good. So I find this big yellow old Jeep sort of thing, Land Rovers with the 2 circular windows either side of the back. So I get the rubber off, and firstly I get my hand stuck in the side door, which is fucking ridiculous. What a cunt. And then I get round the back and I pop in the window, climb in through the back. But as I climb in the front seat, I lean on the horn. It's like 2 in the morning. I've already woken everybody up. But at this point, I'm so drunk, I don't know what I'm doing anyway. So I lean on the horn, and I know in my head you've got to break the steering lock. So I keep yanking on that. No idea what I was doing. But something snapped, so I'm good. I think I'm getting it going. And whatever I did underneath, I made it go start, stall. And at that point, I see a car coming up the road. I was like, better get out. So I got my hats and gloves on, my fucking hoodie up. And it must have been, no bigger than, the size of this room. The police car pulls up, and before they say anything to me, I was like, it wasn't me. Fucking idiot. And then I get to the interview room. This is why crime's not really for me. I get to the interview room, and they're like, look, these are the witness reports. They see you getting out pissed off that you couldn't start the car. You walk up and down the road in a huff and a puff. They watch you doing that. You leant on the horn at this point. Did you have anything on you? I was like, nah, it definitely wasn't me. And I'm trying to deny it. I haven't got a driving license. Definitely wouldn't steal a car. I'm not that stupid to try and steal a car. I'm a good geezer. They was like, okay, no problem. Did you have everything on for you? I said, yeah, I had my fucking new Nokia, and it was a nice Nokia at the time, registered in my name. I was like, yeah, I lost my Nokia that night and my drink. It was like, is these your items? I was like, that's my Goldschlager, and that's my Nokia.
It was in the fucking car.
The fucking Nokia was in the side door. And the Goldschlager was on the passenger seat, and I'm trying to deny it. And at that point, I was like, you're a fucking idiot. You're making silly mistakes, silly moves, for no reason.
But the community service, I remember I had to do community service. I got like 150 hours. And it was an experience, don't get me wrong. You're on with like other lads and girls who obviously, you're lucky enough not to, you get community service because obviously if you don't go away or whatever and this, that and the other. And I remember doing my community service, and my mates would always say to me, because I used to do it on a Wednesday, I didn't want to do it over a weekend, for like people, but people turn up, they're half pissed and all that, and you just want to go. I just wanted to go, do my hours, and that was it.
Yeah.
So the lads always used to say in our WhatsApp group, where are you tomorrow? I would never tell them. Never fucking tell them, because I know for a fact they'd either drive or they'd come on a mountain bike, because they used to go out on the bikes and stuff and that, and they'd film me, and you know what I mean.
But your high-vis on,
But my high-vis was inside out, so it didn't say like community payback or anything. And I had a snood on, it would be red hot, no one couldn't recognise me. And I was in a cemetery in Widnes, which is just like not far from me in Runcorn, and I was picking sticks up in a cemetery with a grabber, filling a fucking wheelbarrow up every Wednesday.
Yeah.
I remember doing them all. I remember doing it and getting it out the way. I remember smashing my hours out there. And I remember like the last day, and we were in a, we had to go to a cemetery in Warrington, and a new lad had come on, and he was saying he was some such and such and whatever, and I was just like getting my boots on, and he fucking knocked me, and I was just like, just ignored it, like, and he knocked me again, and then I thought, oh fuck. And I thought to myself, and it was my last day. And the fella who was on with, you know, who looks after it all,
Yeah.
he was brilliant with me. I can't remember his name, but he was brilliant with me. And he said, Tony, just leave it, let it go.
Yeah.
He said, your last day, he said, you want to fuck another 100 hours or 100? He said, he's not worth it.
And
I was fucking like, but I think the third time he knocked me fucking elbow me in the head or something, because I was bleeding over, and I thought, is this guy for real? Do you know what I mean? And I thought, and I just remember that last day of community service, giving up my Wednesdays, but it was better than where I would have went.
Yeah.
Because we could have went to jail, and I don't think I could have done jail, if I'm going to be honest, but it was one of them. But listen, I want to get onto your motivational videos. Obviously, how did it come about? And your video, this is how I come across you, who checked in on you today. It's had millions and millions and millions of views across the world. How did it come about, your videos, and especially that one?
So I've always wanted that. So since I started going from that drink, drugs, and kind of just a waste of a life, really, you know, dead end jobs, I was going nowhere fast, and in my head I knew I could be better. There was something in the back of me saying, this is not you. You're not this roadman wannabe. You're not this gangster wannabe. You're not this idiot who's going to waste his life on drinking drugs and, you know, throwing your life down the shitter. There was something in there that said I needed some sort of change. And one of the first books I read was Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Then I started going to things in London, seminars, just booked free seminars. But I'd always pay for the train ticket to go to London. And I'd just go by myself, just to sit in a room with people doing better, thinking better. I didn't want to sit around people going nowhere fast. But when I started to change my mindset, I was like, I can help other people change theirs.
Yeah.
And that's where it was. I had a desire inside me to just to say, look, if I can change from this to this, you can change from this to this. Because everybody's got the ability to change, but nobody chooses to. Everybody wants to blame somebody else, not take responsibility. You don't know how hard my life is. Fuck off. Like, everybody could say you don't know how hard it is. But
everyone's got a story, haven't they? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you're going through in life. You could be the biggest crackhead in the world right now. But all you need to do is get 1% better every single day. You don't have to be fucking running a marathon next week and, you know, a good 9-to-5 job, living in a mansion, but you do just have to get yourself in. Yeah, you could be a crackhead on the streets, but next week you could just have that little job, or you could just get into a bedsit or secured accommodation. You could be just getting into the rehab. You just have to make those single steps. And I just wanted to tell people you could do that. But for about 2 years, I was scared. I was like, how the fuck can people listen to me? I'm that drinking guy. I'm that guy who takes drugs. They're not going to take my advice.
Yeah.
So for about 2 years, I left it. And I was like, nah, no chance. I'm not going to do no videos. And then I think the first...
Was that your first video? Who checked in on you today?
No, I did loads of shit videos before that. I spent years doing shit videos.
How do you feel when you first started doing it? Because a lot of people say, like, you know, sometimes when I do a video, I'm like, I think, oh, fucking hell, I hate the sound of my voice or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know what I mean? But you're trying to put content out there, you know, and you're trying to inspire people, trying to help people. Like them videos, when I come across that video, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
It's so real. It's so relatable. It's powerful. It's a strong message to people who struggle, especially, you know, who checked in on you today.
Yeah.
As I shared it this morning, when I woke up this morning, I shared it on our socials this morning. He was still snoring away, Ben, like, but he was here. I shared it on our socials this morning. And it's sort of like, and people interact with it.
Yeah.
And they go, fucking hell, I needed that today. Or, wow, that's made me have a different outlook on the people who I'm knocking about with. Do they really give a shit about me? And it was just that video, I remember watching it over and over again, thinking, that's so fucking real.
It was a video that I nearly didn't post.
Really?
Yeah. I always watch back my videos and I'll be like, oh, who the fuck's going to relate to that? That's shit. Who's going to relate to that? That's shit. And I always think, it's just me in a car. Like, what value can you give? For years, I was like, I need the right lighting. I need the right angles. I need the right microphones. Every single video of mine that's ever gone viral has just been a phone and talking some sense that's relatable. You know, it doesn't matter how many angles or how many edits or how many flashbangs or different scenes I get on the 1 minute video. People want relatability. People want to be able to see a video and be like, fuck, he's talking right to me.
Yeah.
That's me. And that was, you know, one of the first videos. Some other, that was the most viral video. The other ones are like, you know, working security during lockdown and just telling jokes to customers, try and brighten their day. One of them blew up, and at the time it was 150,000 views on TikTok. And I was like, overnight, I was getting like 7,000 followers. I was like, oh my God, I am famous.
Yeah.
But at the time, you're like, 7,000 followers is not a lot. You know, even 1 million followers nowadays is not really a lot. It's crazy. But yeah, I was looking at it, I was like, shit, that's mad. How those people went. And then when that one went viral, that Who Checked on You, I just couldn't believe it. 1.1 million on TikTok, and then people took it down and shared it themselves. And I was getting, some guy in Essex shared it. He got 600,000 views. A friend of mine lived in Australia, and they was like, oh, my friend sent me this, saying this is a great video. And I was like, I know that guy, and he lives in Australia. Another friend lived in Ireland, and they was like, oh, one of my friends just shared your video. I was like, what, do they know me? I was like, no, it's just gone nuts. And that video, Goldcast picked it up.
Goldcast, yeah.
Yeah, so Goldcast, they took it and shared it, and I was like, Goldcast share motivational speakers, celebrities, big people, you know, why are they sharing my video? And it's just that relatability.
I think that's what it is. It's so relatable, and it's real, it's raw, and it's like we say, it's like how you talk about, you know, within the video, it's like people who don't want to just get high with you, get drunk with you, and that's today's society all over, where, you know, real friends and stuff check in, and you know, and you know, it's not, you don't have to go out and party, you might not speak for a day or so or a couple of days and whatever, but they check in on you, and that video, I always fucking watch it and think to myself, that's so real, that it's just, and that's why I wanted to get you on. It was just because I thought I relate to that so much. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, I want to get him on. I want to know the backstory of it. I want to know where it come from, and just
that just come from my experience. I've never scripted any of my videos, so it's always just been, I'd see something or a quote, and I'll be like, oh, that's a nice quote. I need to do a video on that, or something just pops into my head at the time.
Yeah,
you know, and there might be 50 outtakes, but like, fucking shit, cunt.
No, that's it, innit? You know, it's not straight away. You get it right straight away, is it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, people see perfection online, and that's the problem with social media. Everybody's like, oh, you're perfect to your motivational videos. You didn't see me sitting in the car for an hour. There's been times in the summertime.
for the minute video.
And it was a minute video, but I try and go over a minute now. I'm trying to get the 1 minute 30 now, because TikTok said do over a minute. But I was always doing that 1 minute. And there'd be times in the summer I'd get in the car, because it's fucking piping hot. I'd get in the car, I'd do about half an hour of videos that didn't work, but I'm already dripping. I've got my t-shirt's wet. I've got to get out the car, let myself dry off, and get back in again and do the same video that I've just done half an hour of sweating in the sauna. But people don't see that. They just see that, oh, that was a great video. Nobody's perfect.
No, that's it. And I think, but how does it make you feel when people reach out to you, out, like, from your videos? What does that?
It's beautiful to know that I've come from that kind of drink, drug, wasting my life, no responsibility. I've been the same as most people, you know, and I'm still no better than a lot of people, you know. I'm still no better than people out there struggling now, you know, the people with their substance abuse, people with their dead-end jobs, people with their issues and their mental health. I still have my bad days. I still go down a bad path, you know, but I can help people now, and I've come to that place of my responsibility, my issue, me fixing it. I have to take responsibility for that. And if I can share somebody, look, a book will change your life. Going to the gym will change your life. Changing your dead-end job will change your life. And for people to come to me, you know, there's been a girl, she was like, oh, I'm thinking about changing my job. I said, do it. About 6 months later, she was like, I can't believe that I've done that. You know, you give me the inspiration, the motivation to change my job. There was a guy in Bristol that I went and visited. So he was suicidal. He wanted to kill himself. And his family reached out to me, and they was like, Fatz, Mark's his name, was lovely family. And they said to me, Fatz, he was going to kill himself. He'd been down that path, and he's in such a bad place. And he found your videos, and from there, he didn't. He decided he wanted to live. He decided that he did. And he was like, oh, I love Mr. Fatz. Mr. Fatz is great. And I went and surprised him. His family said, could you ever pop up to Bristol and surprise him? And I was just, do you know what? Yeah, why not? Fuck it. So I went up there, and there is a video online of it, and it was just so humbling, and to see him so surprised when I got to the door, he was like, oh, thank you for saving my life. I was like, fuck it. I only put some videos out in the world. Like I can't take responsibility for saving lives. You know?
But you know what though? You're very humble because where you live,
Yeah.
where Bristol is fucking.
Oh yeah, it was a good few hour drive.
Well,
yeah.
exactly. You know, for you to take time out of your day to actually go and do that.
Yeah.
You didn't have to do that.
No.
You know, you've got your own life and your family and stuff and all that. Where that guy, and that's what I was going to speak about next. You know, your inbox must blow up and stuff like that, and you probably try and keep up with stuff like it, but it's probably impossible to do that. But for the family to reach out,
Yeah.
and you to just go and knock on his door, and he opens the door, and there's
yeah,
the guy who's been inspirational in fucking, you know, saving his life. And people might think it's bullshit, that, but it's not, because when people, it's like I see a quote, you know what I mean? I might see a quote, me, and a lot of people probably see me post quotes and stuff.
Yeah.
I can relate in some way to that quote, or I think it'll relate to a lot of people out there who, you know, and I think sometimes people get up of a morning, dead end job, the weather's shit, they've got stuff going on in their life. And a lot of people use social media every single day, commuting to work, whether it's, you know, they check when they're on the toilet, you know, dropping the kids off. Stuff. Do you know what I mean? But it's like, and they'll scroll through the phone. Everyone's always got a phone. Yeah. Because it's just, what's the name today? Yeah. So if they come across that quote, whether, you know, it's a video or it's a quote, it picks that person up and you think, fuck this. I need to put my big shoes on here and go to work and get through today, and I've got a holiday to look forward to. My kids are, you know, and this and that, and I just think people like yourself saving that guy's life is fucking brilliant. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable. Have you had any other situations besides the gentleman in Bristol that you've had to go and where it's sort of been hands on, or you've had to alert people?
A few times in the people in the town with me, I've taken them for coffees, and a couple geezers through mental health, a couple geezers. Again, it's usually men with the suicide. I've had a few geezers reach out who are going towards suicide. Like, Fatz, I wanted to kill myself the other night. Can we just meet for a coffee? Like, no problem. Like, I'll try and help where I can, you know. I recently had a talk with one geezer. It was an hour and a half, something. It was an hour in my car. You know, I just give him a lift home, and he was like, look, can we talk? And I was like, no problem. And we just ended up talking. You know, and it was just after he was on a night out, and he was like, I don't know what to do. And it was just a good talk. And after the talk, he was like, I feel so much better. And I'd seen him a couple of days later. He was like, do you know what? That was amazing. I got a new way of thinking. Yeah. But referring back to what you say about online is, say the producer Ben. Yeah. He might not follow me. He might not see none of my content. But the ripple effect online of you sharing a video of mine that he needed is crazy, because now you've given him the motivation he needed through the content that I've put out there. Yeah, yeah. And the ripple effect's crazy. So many people are scared to share motivational stuff, positive stuff, influential stuff, because they're worried about what everybody else will think. But you never know that person around you needs that. You know, and that's a prime example of, if you're going through some shit right now and you think, I don't know whether I'll talk to my friend about it, go talk to another geezer. Yeah. Because that geezer might need the same talk that you need, but none of you have spoken about it, and one of you decided to end your life because you couldn't reach out, or you decided not to reach out. It's that mask. It's that mask that men portray, and women. Do you know what I mean? Where they think they can't speak out and stuff. And it's like you just hit it on the head there. Social media is like, no one knows. Crazy. Like, no one knows what goes on in people's lives, where, you know, people think, holidays and all that and stuff like that. But people don't know how people have fucking worked to get to them holidays and you know, and do that. You know, what they've had to work in the dead end job, so to speak. They're working 60, 70 hours a week to fucking pay for the holiday and stuff. Well, a lot of people are getting into debt. So I work at nightclubs, and, you know, you see all these geezers popping bottles, and they're like, yeah, we're living the big life. Well, you work at Tesco's. That £100 bottle will just cost you half of your week. It's like, listen, you don't... But you're successful online. Footballers, you're trying to live a champagne lifestyle on wages, do you know what I mean? When it's like... But it brings everybody down, because you'll be following people on social media, you'll be like, why is she so happy? Why is he so, you know, successful? Why has she got that car? Why has he got that money? It's not fair. Why are they living so good? And you might know them because they live in your town or they're doing your things, but social media is only the highlights of somebody's life. It's a trailer to their movie, and you don't see the bad bits. Yeah, yeah. So everybody else who seem successful and happy and fit and fun online, they're still in debt. They're still lions. They're still cheating. They're still hurting each other. They're still going through some shit.
It's still a human. And like you say, they're only posting stuff or whatever, portraying this lifestyle, which people, you know, have certain things that go on in their lives, which, and, you know, I'm not saying, you post fucking, a domestic, fucking, you fall out and whatever, and this, that, and the other way. But people, can always portray that this is happy, happy, happy all the time, and it's fucking not. Where you work hard and you want to. I know, all right, some people can be, it's the word envious, is it, of other people. Listen, do something about it. If you want to be better than the person you was yesterday.
Yeah.
That's the way you've got to look at it. Don't be in competition with nobody. Just be you be better than yourself from the day before. And I think that's just like a thing that you've got to go off, where I think a lot of people do try and want to be certain, I try and do my own thing, do you know what I mean? I try and have my own spin. Me and Ben do this little podcast. We fucking love doing it.
Yeah.
We're not trying to emulate anybody else. We bring real people on with real stories, and we just have our own spin on things.
Yeah.
And always say, any input on this, we want to be different. There's so many good podcasts out there, do you know what I mean? There's so many, like James English, you've got, Central Club, you've got Billy Moore, you've got loads of podcasts out there that are fucking, but we're our own.
Yeah.
We look at them and go, wow, they're smashing it. Fucking boss, it's boss to see.
But there's so many people around you that have probably, or in your mindset, have probably laughed at you, thought, you'll never do anything with that. That's silly. And there's a million motivational speakers out there, inspirational people. So why the fuck am I different? But that's your spin on it. That's your chance to do it. It's just your shot. No matter how many podcasts are out there, motivational speakers, footballers, people who got that business, people who own that gym, yours is different. Your story is your own. And I think that's why so many people don't try, because they're like, what about if they doubt me? What about if they laugh at me? Well, how comes they're doing better than me?
Yeah. It does cross your mind when you try, out of your comfort zone and stuff like that. I people pleaser all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I wanted to be everyone's mate, and and stuff like that. And it gets to a point where like, the phone doesn't ring as much no more.
I do used to do it all the
time. My phone doesn't ring as much more. The only time my phone will ring is if it's match tickets or concert tickets or not. Now then, so how are you today?
Yeah.
Or how's your family? How's this, that, and the other? Where as you get a little bit, I mean, people have, like, when doing events, bringing big guests and stuff, people laugh, and that motivates me. You know what I mean? Where I bring the likes of fucking Nigel Benn to my little town where I'm from, Runcorn. Everybody laughed at me. Everybody did.
Yeah.
And when I'd done it, they were like, fucking, he's brought Nigel Benn to Runcorn. And that inside me was like, I knew I could do it. Don't ever give in, do you know what I mean? If there's something, go and get it. Don't fucking what's the name. It's like us now, when with the podcast and stuff, I'll just message Ben randomly and go, we've got such and such on it, and go, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, if we want a guest, we'll try and go and get that guest. If you don't try, you'll never fucking know, you know what I mean?
You fail by default by not trying.
Of course, yeah.
And I think a lot of people, they'll hold themselves back. So a lot of people watching this will be like, I wish I could start a podcast. You'll never start unless you start.
Yeah.
Your day one has to happen. No matter where you are, your day one down the gym has to happen. You're never going to lose. If you're fat and you're watching this and you're like, I'm never going to get down the gym, you have to just get down the gym. Your first day is going to be hard. You're still going to be fat in 6 months' time, but you're going to be a lot better. You're going to lose some fat. You're going to start your business. People be like, I'll never be able to get out of my dead-end job because I could never own that business. It's going to be hard at first, but as soon as you get your reputation out there, as soon as you sell some services or some products, you'll get better.
Yeah.
Your day one and your first part is going to be hard. Everybody's first few chapters is. But the whole point of sitting there listening to part-time characters tell you how you should write your story is absolutely fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to hold themselves back because everybody seems to be doing better than they are.
Go and do something about it, innit?
How the fuck are you going to be sitting there and be like, do you know what? I'm going to listen to these people going nowhere fast, hold me back from trying to do anything at all.
Yeah.
Like, I was going to London by myself on the train, sitting there with my pad and pen and a book. I brought a book with me today. I like a little bit of reading, but at that point, I wasn't reading. I was kind of just trying to read. And I'd travel all the way from Eastbourne up to London to go to a free seminar. So I'd get my little £20 to the train ticket, and I'd read a bit of a book and write down some notes, and I'd go to the seminar, and all these successful people, or I thought successful people are, and they'd be like Les Brown at these success seminars where you can get these free tickets online, and you get Deborah Meaden and all these people get to speak, and I'm like, yes, I'm getting all this knowledge, and I'd have loads and loads of notes, and I'd talk to other entrepreneurs. I didn't have a business. I was still working in a factory and dead end jobs, but I was taking on the knowledge, and I was around better people. And you think, I'm around people drinking drugs at a weekend in some fucking dive, some drug den or whatever I'm doing, or another weekend I'll be up in London around people who want to start businesses, want to be entrepreneurs.
But you were successful, yeah.
Yeah, and then it starts to rub off, and then as soon as you start taking bits from books and start taking bits from other people and start going to seminars, you start putting into your cup. So like your cups are dirty water, your brain is like a cup of dirty water. All your drinking, your drugs and your badness goes into your cup, and it just muddies it up. But as soon as you get a book in there, as soon as you get some motivational people in there, as soon as you get some good people that you talk to, your waters are going to overflow, but you're going to be a lot clearer because it's all clear water going in. You can keep muddying up your cup, or you can get some clearness in there.
How did you find it with your friends and stuff when you swapped that to that for the motor, like to the seminars and stuff? Did friends sort of fade away and didn't want to know, or did you just cut them off?
So the first time I wore a shirt was the big one. So I thought, years and years ago, to be successful, you need to dress successful. So I decided to wear a shirt. It probably wasn't ironed, and it wasn't looking the best, and it wasn't fitted as nice. And I was always in tracksuit and trackies and hoodies and, dressing a mess with an attitude, or, but I started to dress a little bit nicer. And the first thing most people said to me, everybody hung around with, you got caught today, and everybody, like, fucking, it's not the only time you can dress like that. You can dress because you want to dress nicer. You want to hold yourself to a better standard. And they're like, oh, you shouldn't be impressing anybody else. Yeah, but I shouldn't look like a scumbag either. The fuck I want to look like I want to mug someone? You can dress to impress yourself. You can dress to feel like a better person. You can have self-respect by putting, if you didn't get your hair cut and you didn't wash and you didn't do all these things just to be a normal hygiene standard, you don't do that for everybody else. You do it to be a normal hygiene standard. You don't want to be a smelly, scruffy bastard. But that's why we dress a little bit smarter. That's why we do a little bit more, because we want to take ourselves to these next levels in life.
Yeah.
And everybody be like, oh, yeah, you got caught. No, I just don't want to run around with a hoodie all the time wondering why is everybody staring at me.
Yeah, yeah. And then obviously all of the party and stuff like that's all gone to fucking where you are in life. It's just...
Yeah, I don't go out every weekend. Every now and again I might go out, but it's so rare that I'll go out and do something. Mm-hmm. Not only do I work at the weekend, but it's so rare that I want to go out. And who the fuck wants to sit in somebody's kitchen talking about how bad life is at 7 a.m. while you're trying to order another bag? Like, well, yeah, life's real hard. I don't know how I'm going to ever change my dead-end job that I've got on Monday. It's Sunday morning, it's 7 a.m. You're trying to get your second bag of cocaine and you've got overdraft. Stop it. You can't tell me how bad life is when you're making it worse on Sunday morning. Get up and go to the fucking gym, you bum. And that's the no responsibility for life for a lot of people. And I get that everybody's got substance abuse, but you just need that day one,
Yeah.
Just pull away from your friends. Go to that gym. Try that boxing class. Go to yoga if you want to go to yoga. Read a book in silence, in secret if you have to. Go take that hour. Instead of going to the pub, say you're going to the pub and go to the library. Just do something to put some goodness into you and your whole life will change.
Seriously, yeah. And from the seminars, is this just like... Yeah, you just have a different outlook on life. Did that really help you?
Yeah, when I first started, so I never told people about it. So I'd secretly travel to London and come back, and every now and again, then I'd start posting about it, and people would see it like, yeah, I just want to be better in life. I want to get into property. I want to get into building a business. I want to get into entrepreneurship. And then people would be like, that's a fucking waste of a day out. That's all. You get some negatives, and then you get a lot of positives as well. I remember the first time I helped homeless people. I didn't tell anybody I was going over there. I just wanted to go over there. And that was one of the biggest changes for me as well. We was on a night out in Brighton, drink, drugs, normal, cocaine, and on the seafront, Brighton seafront, there was 2 homeless people. On the left-hand side, there was a fish and chip shop. Now, I had about £200 cash in my pocket. I knew it was going on, some drinking drugs, and I ignored them. But it played on my mind all night that it pissed me off. I was like, £20 could have bought in both fish and chips. It wouldn't have been nothing to me in my night out. I still have 180 to spend on drinking drugs. And I carried on my night out, and it pissed me off so much that I ended up going home early. the following weekend, I got a load of hats, scarves, gloves, some food, some water. Filled up 2 duffel bags. These are all like cheap stuff that I got from eBay, you know, wholesale stuff. And then I filled up 2 bags, and I went back to Brighton with my friend, and I said, look, I've got to do this thing. I'm not telling nobody about it, but can you come with me? And he was like, yeah, cool. His name's Owen. And we went back there, and I helped about 17 or 18 homeless people. I made up these little packages. I was like, look, it's a bit chilly now. Look, here's a hat, here's some lighters, here's scarves, here's some socks, here's some food, here's some water. And the feeling I got from walking away from helping 17 or 18 people, and then as we left, I posted it on social media. I was like, this is what I've done tonight. And the amount of people said, that's great, that's amazing, I can't believe you've done that. Oh, it's so lovely, that's so beautiful. And this is before like my motivational videos and that. The feeling I got from that helping people far outweighed the feeling of doing drugs and sitting in somebody's kitchen at 7 a.m. in debt, thinking to myself, what the fuck am I doing with life?
Yeah.
And it cost around the same amount. I probably spent about maybe 100, 150 helping those 17
probably would have
people.
spent that on zinc and drugs.
Yeah, easily. But I helped 17 people. Now, they're never going to pay me back. They're never going to come back and help me. But that changed my mindset. Is you don't have to live for yourself, being a bum, sitting in somebody's kitchen, wondering what life's about. Go out and help someone.
Yeah.
Go out there, do the video, start the podcast, give some food to a homeless person, help someone in need.
Someone who's less fortunate and stuff like that, innit?
I try and do it wherever I can. And I've always, there's an older geezer, he didn't have the app to pay for parking. And I was watching him, and he was struggling to pay for his parking. I was like, what the fuck? Like, old people, obviously, you know, they haven't got that.
Tech savvy, you know what I mean?
So he had his change, and he didn't know where to put it in the machine. I was like, it's Ringo. Have you got the app? And he was like, no. I was like, just tell me your number plate. He told me his number plate. I was like, you're all parked up, geez. You try to give me the change. I was like, no, it's good. You're all right, mate. And that feeling walking away from that is like, I can't change the whole world. I know that. I'm just one geezer living in England. You know, I'm no Elon Musk. I've not got billions behind me. I can't change the whole world.
Yeah.
But I can change his world. I can change that homeless person world. I can change the world of that guy that helped in Bristol. So I can change someone's world.
But that day, that bit of good, what's the name that you do to that person, it might not change it, but it might change his fucking day, do you know what I mean? Or her day, whatever you know, whether it's...
Whoever's day it changed, again, the ripple effect. He might go away and help somebody else. And then that's that ripple effect again. No matter what content you're sharing online, no matter how you feel, your smile that you give to somebody down the street for some random reason, they've just walked out of their house, been beaten up by their fella, and they see somebody smile at them. That brightens their day. They're going through the shittest time. Some geezer who's thinking about, you know, committing suicide, he's having the worst time of his life. He's just lost his job. His missus wants to leave, and he gets a bit of kindness from a stranger. That's changed his day. That's changed his outlook. It might get him to go down the gym that night rather than killing himself. Yeah. Like we never know how we affect people around us. We never know with the content we put out there. We never know with the people that we touch. And if you can put a little bit of goodness back in the world, I don't see it as a bad thing.
No, that's it. And unfortunately, you know, there is a lot. I mean, fortunately, there is a lot of good people like yourself out there. But there is that little side where you know.
There's a lot of fucking idiots. Yeah, there's loads of them.
And you know, do you ever have to deal with like idiots and trolls and stuff like that? And
very rarely, you know, you get somebody. Usually, I don't know what stereotype, but it's usually these fat, lazy, ugly fucks who are going nowhere in life and just angry at everybody else. They just coming on. You get the ones with the blue hair, you know, these identify as they dems or whatever, and and they're just angry at everybody. I don't care what people want to do. I'm not going to go online and start arguing with people about their shit.
Yeah.
But I just don't understand. People go in nowhere in life. They don't look after themselves. They don't look after their mindset. They don't look after their body. They don't look after their finances. And then they'll come online and give you shit.
And you're trying to do good and you're trying to help people. Or I see, you do see that a lot online. It's crazy. The internet, especially social media, can be... I've spoken about this on the past couple of episodes. Social media can be so good for so many things, but it can be so bad.
Oh, it can easily switch up on you like that. As soon as there's a few people that can hold on to something, they can all switch on you really, really bad.
They turn on you like, don't they?
Yeah, but the people who say the most about you are going nowhere in life most of the time. If you're generally a good person, putting out good content, you're generally trying to put, you know, you got a good podcast. You're putting out good content. It's real. It's authentic. Nobody can come online and be like, oh, fucking shit podcast. Right, what are you doing? Yeah. You're sitting at home in your mum's basement, probably wanking off to some fucking Pornhub, in debt and on the sniff at the weekend, telling everybody else they got a shit podcast. Fuck off.
Yeah.
These are the losers who are saying the most while they're doing the least. So whenever you get a troll talking about your podcast, or whenever I say somebody to me, oh, you're not motivational, oh, that's cringy, get back in your mum's basement.
In your box room or
Yeah,
whatever it is.
stop it. Like, you can't take advice from people going nowhere
But
fast.
it's great when, you know, if you see trolls, when you get outed, it's I know, we know one or two people who've gone and fucking fronted trolls and stuff and whatever, and it's like...
A lot of them need a good punch in the face, and I think that's where we need to go back to.
And the backsides fall out of them and stuff like that, you know, so it's... I remember there was a boxer that went and he fronted the kid and the kid shit himself. And
good.
But it's one of those where you think, if people are doing good in life, why do you have to be so negative and just, you know, give people shit and that?
It comes from a place of envy and hatred of themselves. You know, a lot of people are going...
They're not happy in their own lives.
Yeah. So they reflect that on you. You know, you're doing a podcast, you're getting guests, you're out there putting out content, and somebody's doing nothing, and now they're angry at you. Oh, you need to change that angle. You need to do a different studio. You need different guests. They're always saying the most. All the time.
Always got something to say, yeah.
But they're doing the least. That's why they're saying the most. Because rather than take action in their own life, they're too busy talking about everybody else.
Yeah.
Most people who are talking the most shit about everybody else are doing the least shit for themselves.
It's absolutely bonkers, isn't it?
Most of the time, I just block and ignore people because you don't give them that time. They want that
interact
argument.
And don't interact.
Yeah, they want the argument. They want the drama, the
bite.
aggro.
They want the bite. So that's what it's like.
Yeah. And it's so easy just to block and ignore.
There's a block button and there's a, do you know what I mean, an unfollow button. That's what we say. Just what's the name? Do you know what I mean? But
there's no doubt in my head that some people online do deserve the trolls. You know, you got all these TikTok stars who just go out there and just fucking annoy people, and I get it. Like, you've got that clout for being that person or saying those stupid things. You know, you've got these TikTok stars like the Bevo and Ed Matthews, and some of the stuff they do is a bit crazy, and, you know, I don't understand it, but I'm not going to come online and give them shit for it. That's what they decide to do.
That's what I'm going to do, crack on. You're not upsetting me, you know what I mean? It's that's what I think in life in general. You know, you're not hurting me. Like us, we don't hurt anyone, we don't upset anyone, we don't... you know, nothing's derogatory, you know what I mean? We just do our own little thing.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, that's fair enough.
Keep it moving.
Just keep moving. You know, just move on to the, you know, what you do like. You know, we might not be everyone's cup of tea. It's like yourself. But, you know, we're doing something. We want to, you know, do better. And some people might come across this podcast and go, fucking hell, I was that guy. Or, you know what I mean? What he said there, that was me. You know, and it's mad, and the amount of people that do reach out to guests that we have on the podcast, it's fucking unbelievable, because they go, I was that girl, or I was that guy, I was taking drink, I was taking drugs, I was gambling, I was in an abusive relationship, I was mentally abused, I was sexually abused, I was So when people watch what we're doing, and when people reach out, it gives us a fucking, like, that thing in your stomach where you go, you know what?
It's worth it.
It's worth it, yeah. And I just think, you know, it's what we try and, you know, deliver. You know what I mean?
It's real and authentic. It's not out there trying to do silly hype games and bringing on guests who are just making up fucking stories and clout chasing and trying to argue with each other. Because there's so many of those. Yeah. People want to argue and fight with each other all the time online.
Yeah, we stay well clear of all that. We just stay in our own lane, and that's all we intend to do. You know, when. You know, we're just buzzing that obviously you come on and you sharing your story and that, but I want to speak to you about, right, the government. Because I know you're not really, I know we spoke before, and you said I wasn't never really what's the name and stuff, and listen, I don't really know the ins and outs, and I don't say that I'm clued up, but this fucking government, what's your take on it all?
A prime example is when we were talking earlier, it's easier not to work than it is to work. You want to go out there, start a business, you want to work a 9 to 5, you want to provide for your family. Yeah. You're going to have to pay for your dental, you're going to have to pay for your prescriptions, you're going to have to pay for your rent, and you're going to have to be in fucking struggling debt. If you go out there, decide that you've got an illness, the government will be like, do you know what? Have the rest of your life off for anxiety. Here's a load of money for your PIP. Here's your rent paid. And it just... You're not going to have a thriving economy or society when you give handouts to people who don't deserve handouts. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people out there, like my girlfriend's dad. He had a bad ankle, can't walk anymore. He deserves to get disability allowance. He can't walk.
He's legit. Yeah.
But there's people out there who suffer from anxiety or say they suffer from anxiety who are just fucking lazy, and a lot of people have
playing the system, isn't it? That's what they say.
Yeah, and I understand everybody wants to dodge the tax man every now and again because they're fucking robbing bastards anyway. You go out there and work all these fucking hours. You earn, say you earn, what is it, over 60,000 or is it 100,000? And then you get another tax bracket.
VAT bill, innit?
Yeah, the more you work, the more we'll take off of you. The less you work, the more we'll give you. How is that a society? How is that going to be a thriving economy? Encourage people to work more. And the idea that, you know, people will be like, oh, do you know what? Through COVID, they really looked after us. Shut the fuck up. How can anybody in their right mind say that we'll leave takeaways open but shut gyms, but we care about your health? It just baffles me that we can live in a society like this. Be like, yeah, look, take these untested jabs. You'll be okay. It's a 99.8 or 99.9 success rate of surviving COVID. But if you look at the years before that, we didn't have a COVID pandemic, but we had a flu pandemic. But when we had COVID, we didn't have a flu pandemic.
So when COVID came in, where did flu go? Did it fucking hide in the bushes till go? You know what I mean? Because it's crazy, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's just that absolute bullshit. I mean...
It's absolutely scary, the amount of people that went along with it. And still, I think people are now angry with themselves for taking a jab and listening to the government, because they got a bit of maybe resentment, maybe self-guilt, like, fucking hell, how did I fall for that? So they're going to get on their high horse. I saved lives. I didn't save no one's fucking life.
Look how many people got sick. Look how many people, you know, from the jabs and stuff.
Yeah.
We never obviously, I don't think, we never had the jabs or not, me and my missus and all that, like.
Same, there's no chance I'm getting a jab. My missus got the jab. We wasn't together at the time, but she was going for the jab. And me and her cannot talk about COVID. I can't mention COVID around her because she works in the care industry. And I get it. COVID was bad for older people. Definitely. I fully agree with you. COVID was bad for older people because it was the flu. And we do get people. You got to look after those elderly, those vulnerable people. And you should do at all costs.
Flu's always been there, though. This is the thing. And I mean, my wife's like, I wouldn't say she's a conspiracy theorist, but I'm going to speak to you about it in a minute anyway. But she's like, she gets going on it and, you know, she researches stuff and whatever. And it's like the other day, I was going to the shop the other day and the fucking queue at the doctor's buyout where I live was fucking like, and I was like, what the fuck's that? And I just took a quick video and I sent it to me, I wouldn't sell that, and I went back and said to me, Mrs. Seen that? She went, what's that? I went, it's about 400 people out the door onto the main road and that. She was like, you what? COVID and flu jabs and whatever. But then you're here, like, with the older people that have these COVID jabs and whatever, you know, they get sick and then they get, you know, I know you have like a reaction from, you know what I mean, with your flu jab and stuff. But these fucking, I don't know what stuff they're putting, you know what I mean? Well, I don't really know the full what's in, so I can't say I know, because I fucking don't know. My missus is a lot more clued up than I am, but like you say, the government again, you've got to go and get these things or whatever it is, and is it scaremongering? You know what I mean?
I'd massively say it's scaremongering. You know, you want to control the nation, then you've got a lot of put of fear in there. And there's always going to be a fear that they're throwing out there. How many times over the years have you ever been alive that you've seen great headlines? Has there ever been a news that you read that was just good news for the whole month?
No.
There's a knife pandemic, there's the COVID pandemic, there's a flu pandemic, we got mass immigration or invasion, we got a broken economy. They ever said, do you know what, we're doing really well over there. This part of our country is doing really well. This economy over here is doing really well.
Yeah.
There's never been anything out there. Or if they say, if we carry on this way, we're going to do well. There's never no good headlines. They want to keep everybody scared so they can keep controlling people. And I think a lot more people are waking up.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. And you know, if you don't agree with this and that, and this is my arguments, I have this with my missus, if I'm going to be honest. Because I don't agree with what she's saying, doesn't mean we fucking fall out.
No.
And I think with a lot of people now, you know, have a say on immigration or, you know, all these things that's going on in the country and stuff like that. Because people don't agree with your opinion, it doesn't mean you have to fall out.
No.
I just don't get. Fucking someone could have been mates with someone for a year. Hey, have you seen Paul or Dave there? fucking hell, I'm not speaking, you know, they had a fucking big Barney in the boozer because he didn't agree with them because of the immigration that's coming in. It's an example, because the immigration that's coming in, he's calling him a racist or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, fucking hell, where, you know, you can have a say, as long as you're not calling anybody by, you know, racist words and whatever, and it's not, it's just it's people's opinions. It's not a fucking, that's just an example. It could be something else, like like COVID. People say COVID's not real. It fucking is real.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You get people on their high horse. People are going to say,
and because you don't agree, and people have done they've looked at this stuff online and whatever, fair enough. That's fine.
Yeah.
I can't be doing with a fucking full-blown argument because I don't agree with you. I'm still your friend.
Yeah.
I'm still your partner. I'm still your what's the name. Because I don't agree with you doesn't mean that you're right and I'm wrong. It just, listen, that's your opinion. And I think in this society today, a lot of it is like, it's split, you know, it splits, it divides, you know, and people are entitled. Freedom of speech, that's what people are.
Can't have freedom of speech now because you go to jail.
Well, yeah, and you know what? I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some things that people do. Say, okay, think it, but don't post it on social media. Yeah. If that's their opinion, you know what I mean? And sometimes speaking your mind can get you into trouble.
Yeah.
I've seen it with this two lads by ours. They got fucking jail. You know what I mean? That's their opinion on things and stuff, and that's fair enough. They're entitled to that opinion. Yeah. But they've gone to jail for posting it online. And, you know, a lot of people might go, yeah, but look what they posted and all that. Yeah, okay, it's all to get that. Yeah. I can see that. Should they have posted it? Not really, but they're their own person. They're not sheep, or they're not being told what to say. They've said it, and look, they're serving the consequences now. Do you know what I mean? It's like where you see other stuff going on within this, you know, within this world in the UK, and people do a lot worse. You know, when they get smacked hands, look at like people like paedophiles or grooming online, going to meet, you know, young fucking, what's his names, young.
Is it Hugh Edwards?
Yeah, you know, look, two-tier. Listen, hang on. Look, it's there to see. It's there to see. Don't agree with some of the things people have said on, you know, about all this immigration stuff, and they've gone to jail for it. But that's their opinion. They're entitled to have an opinion, and they've just gone bang, jail. Hugh Edwards, as an example, fucking hell.
Still gets his pension.
It's fucking, do you know what I mean? It's like the likes of that, and people going and meeting and they're getting smacked hands, they're getting suspended sentences.
But he's caught red-handed with children's images on his phone. Children, and from what I see, that it's quite graphic children's images that are being abused. There's only one thing that will sort that, and that's either a noose around his neck or a bullet in his head. There's no way you should be like, yeah, you still get a pension and avoid jail. What's wrong with the world? There is only one cure for that.
Yeah, I've always said that.
And the fact that he can get let off of jail, but somebody who put something hateful online gets 20 months. And the same guy, I refer back to the guy who got 20 months, because it's quite a long sentence. You know, not compared to, you know, some 5-10 years or whatever, but for posting something online to get 20 months is quite a long sentence. I understand you should get in trouble if you're inciting violence, hatred, racism. If you're inciting all of this, definitely get in trouble. You shouldn't be able to do that, because it could cause loss of life. But for him to put something online, get 20 months jail term, Hugh Edwards walks. No problem. That's sick. Another fact is, there was 3 guys up the London area. They attacked another guy with machetes. They got 21 months for grievous bodily harm, and it was a red Rambo knife or whatever they had. How did they get 21 months for grievous bodily harm, tried to kill somebody?
When someone's getting 20 months for
a Facebook post. You know, Hugh, you can walk. You've got children's images. Go on, do what you need to do. Get your pension. Look after yourself. The other geezers, you can have the same as the guy who posted something on Facebook, but you tried to kill someone. That's fucked.
It's mad how like the governments and these sentencing and stuff like that. And then people say it's two-tier policing.
Yeah, loads of two-tier policing.
And like, you know, I don't really normally get what's the name within like, you know, the news and stuff like that. Like you say, because it's always fucking negative.
All the time.
When you see it, like, and like I've just said to you, like the 2 lads from where I live, I can't remember what they posted. I didn't. I just seen that they got what's her name and stuff. I can't remember what they posted, so it could have been, but I don't know. But then again, that's their opinion.
Yeah.
Everyone's entitled to have their own opinion.
Oh,
Whether
massively.
they keep it to themselves or within their little group or whatever, posting it online for the fucking world to see. And with what's going on at the moment, they just fucking got made an example of. And like you say, the guy 20 months, and then you hear like guys who are fucking using machetes, which is a knife. Like we always speak about it, London.
There's definitely a knife epidemic in the UK. There's no doubt about it. You know, people go around carrying knives, and you won't even get nicked. You'll be like, "I'll just give us a knife." There was a geezer in Eastbourne. He was carrying a knife. They searched him. He threw the knife on the floor. Said, "I got the knife." They said, "Okay, we'll take the knife. You go on your way."
Make an example. Make an example of them, because you know when it's like guns and as well, and you think to yourself, in the wrong hands, you know, you're taking lives. You know what I mean? And then, like you say, if you're making examples of people, for these crimes, I'm not saying it will change the fucking outlook, you know what I mean? But it'll certainly send out a message.
Well, I heard the other day that armed police, as soon as they shoot somebody, they're all suspended until investigations are done. I think that's crazy. If it was a on your body worn, that person had a knife, that person had a gun, and they come at you and you shot them, you're protecting yourself. You don't need to be suspended to find out whether you should have shot them or not. If they're a terrorist, if they're a bad person, if they've got a gun, if they've got a knife, and they're trying to attack you, the public, other police officers, and you shoot them, that's their fault. They decided to attack everybody else. They decided to, you know, randomly kill people. There's no way that you should be, you know, held accountable for doing your job. And I think that's absolutely fucking crazy. How are we going to get armed police who get the biggest massive backlash? Manchester Airport's one of them. I get it.
You just took
when that kick in the head come, I was like, shit, you can't do that. That's absolutely, because I seen that first video. That police officer kicked that guy in the head, and I was like, that's fucking out of order. That's disgusting. You shouldn't do it.
But then
I seen the first video. I was like, he deserves another fucking kick.
This is what I'm saying. It's like, you see, funny enough, I was in Manchester Airport, exactly where it happened, going to pick my daughter and a boyfriend up the other day. And I looked and I thought, that looks familiar, that. And then I looked at that and I thought, wow, with what went on with the police and the Asian guys and stuff like that. And when people see where he's getting booted in the face, everyone's like, that's bang out of order.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That is bang out.
Fully agree.
But then when they show you the full footage...
Another kick.
It's when you see the full footage of where, obviously, there's words been exchanged, or there's, you know, who knows what's been said, because there's no audio or whatever. Yeah. But then they go, and listen, they fucking have a good go. The Asian lads, they give the, you know, I think there's 3 or 4 police officers. They all get weighed in.
Yeah.
They knock the woman's spark out, the police woman. And then I think that when they gain control, which they've got to do, because the public and all that as well, and they've got to try and look after themselves. And then they volley him in the face, which, you know, people can say it's right or wrong and whatever, but it still hasn't been dealt with, where everybody else... And look, this is just my opinion. You know, how can all these people get dealt with, come bang, 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 straight away?
Please.
When there's other crimes, like we just spoke about, I don't get it. I just don't get it. The government...
The two-tier government, the two-tier policing is absolutely rife. And that's another thing that does my head in about, why is the UK failing? Because we're giving handouts to people that we shouldn't be giving handouts to. We left the borders open to let everybody else fucking come in and have a load more handouts. We're putting people in jail for Facebook posts, but if you carry a knife, you're good. If you're a paedophile, go have your pension and walk. Like, that's what's wrong with the society. That's what's wrong with the government. Take a new drug, inject it in your arm, and come back for a couple of booster shots, but you could just have a sniffles for a couple of days. But don't leave your house. Have a takeaway, can't go gym. Like, that, it's absolutely fucked that people see this as norm. You know, there's no norms to this. And if you want to identify as a fucking co-star, you're a fucking weirdo. Like, I don't see how we get to a level of society or rational thinking where people don't see the two-tier policing, where people don't see the fear, where people don't see that mass handouts is one of the biggest problems in the UK for the economy.
And that's why I think a lot of, and listen, asylum seekers, you know, look, when you see families trying to escape war-torn countries,
Families,
listen, I get it. You know, you want children, young fucking kids and women fucking being like, you know,
help them, support them, love them.
But
Yes.
and this is probably the first time I've ever spoke about it. You're not seeing young women. You're not seeing women and children on them boats. You're just seeing masses and masses of young men and stuff like that. And this country is quite easily to hand out this, that, and the other. Look, you've got veterans, you've got what's names on the streets of the UK that, you know, should be looked after first. Aside, you know, when you're looking after the asylum, like the women and stuff and the kids, listen, fair enough.
Yeah.
You want to better their lives, not people who are coming here and you're seeing stuff going on. And I'm not racist. This is just my opinion.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean what colour skin they are or what religion they are.
Yeah.
But when you're hearing so much, not so much on the, I might look online or you might see a video, because I don't really watch the news, to be honest. You might see something online.
That's fucking terrible.
But you're seeing it. There's a fucking murder, or there's been an attack, or you know, someone been and it's these guys, these people who are coming into the country where they're not been checked out and whatever. And listen, I'm all for, like, you know, people escaping war-torn countries, women and like the family and stuff, but not fucking dinghies of, you know, men.
Thousands of men, fighting age military men that come over and just commit crimes. I was talking to my Turkish barber the other day, so he's a lovely geezer. Turkish barber, come over here, work, got your own business. And we was talking about, you know, the mass immigrations coming over. And he said, real men would never leave their families. These are not real men. He said, when I come over, I would never leave my family. When I come over, I have to come over, start life, send money back. I have to do this. I have to.
Or like they make money and then they send it back. I remember.
I get that, but these guys are not making money. These guys are just
handouts and phones and, you know, these hotels and stuff, and it's absolutely balmy. You know, like the government, and I don't understand where, you know, and I wish I knew the answer, but I don't know the answer. Why are they still letting, you know, so many things into, like, immigrants into the country?
You know, we could argue it or talk about it till you're blue in the face, but I don't think there's going to be any rational changes at any point soon. You know, I think maybe reform might be able to make a slight change, but I think it's gone too far gone to make a massive change in any short period of time. It's going to take generations of generations, and
but by that time, that could be a mass. You know, into, you know, in certain other countries, they don't stand for it. Like, here's Australia for one. If someone correct me if I'm wrong, you know, but
no, there's a lot of countries.
You go into Australia, if you are in Australian waters, this is what I believe, this is what I've been told, you can, if you don't turn it round and fuck off back to where you've come from, you're getting blown out the water.
I think every country should be able to do that. Every country.
Do you know what I mean?
Any criminal that, if I win,
you don't really fly into like a country with your passport and documentation, so you know who you are. I wouldn't say to my missus, hey, do you want to go on a fucking trip to France? We're going to get on a dinghy and fucking, you know what I mean?
But if I went to a country and committed a crime, so I went over to some random country, let's say I go over to Turkey.
Don't fuck about.
But I would expect to don't fuck about. If they shoot me in the head or fucking beat me because I've committed crime, fair enough. If they give me jail time, they should be in their full right to be like, do you know what? Fuck him off back to England. He's a prick.
Extradite him. Get him.
We want to give him 5 years, but he's your problem. This is what we suggest you do with him, but we don't want him here. The amount of people that you would save, the money you would save by deporting everybody who committed crimes who don't come from here, and every country should do that. Every country should have the same rights as every other country.
Yeah.
Export who you don't want to export. You don't have to keep, deport. Deport whoever you don't want. But we sit on this, you can't deport them. And Poland are doing it right at the moment. They're keeping everybody out. And they're saying, you know, we got no terror attacks. We got no issues over here. And I get that, and I think it's beautiful.
Look what other countries are doing, and maybe take a leaf out of their book.
But I like the idea, and I don't know if it's been done before, but I like the idea, and it's something that's stuck in my head. Say the UK wants to help a country, or France wants to help a country. Now we go over to, say, Afghan. The UK can say, look, this is our area in Afghan. If you're okay with this Afghan, government, we would like to help put this much funding into this area. We're going to help you lot start your businesses, your agriculture, your economy in this area. We'll put up the British flag and say this is the British area that we're funding to support, and we're going to help you build your area. Now, once you've built to a certain area, you give it back to them, come back over and say, look, this is what we've done as Britain. France can go do the same. You can have a competition about who can help a country the most, who can do the most. You don't have to take over that country. You don't have to be territorial about it. But this is our area that we're helping. This is what we want to do here for you. And then give it back to them. Let them have their businesses. Let them have their agriculture. Let them dig up all their minerals and good from their country. Let them do what they can do there and then come back. The amount of countries that will go over and, you know, see how much they could shine or do better than somebody else, that would be a better way of living, and it gives something back to that country.
Yeah.
Let them make their country great again. You don't have to keep invading other people's countries. And another idea is, if you're traveling the world, you know, and I don't know what it's going to be like in 50 to 100 years, but if you're traveling the world, I want to go over to Africa and see African history, African heritage, African countryside, African animals. I want to see all the African people be African. I want to go over to Dubai and see Dubai for what the beauty it is. I want to go to, I don't know, Belgium to see all the Belgians and the way they live.
Yeah.
You know, you want to see their cultures, history. You want to learn more about what they've been through hundreds and hundreds of years. At what point do you go over to the UK and they'd be like, well, go over there and you can learn about the mosque? What's that got to do with the UK history? You want to go to a country to learn more about that country. At what point do we travel the world and there's nothing left to see because everybody's so integrated and it's multicultural? I think everybody should have their own right, their own beauty, their own, you know, everybody should be proud of their history.
Yeah.
And I get it. The UK and the US did invade a lot of people and they are fuckeries for that.
Do you think that's possibly why it's, you know, so much getting invaded by, you know...
You know, there's part of me that maybe does believe that we did fuck about so much and invade people so much for oil and then unjust wars and destroying people, that at some point we probably deserve some of the shit that's happened to us right now. But that doesn't mean the people who are innocent have to suffer for that.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the answer to that is. And when I started sharing a bit of political posts about mass immigration, I had one guy jump in my DMs, and we had a little back and forth. And again, it's like, we had difference of opinions, but I'm open to listening to your opinions. And his family was foreign, they come to the UK. Generally a nice enough guy. I used to train with him, like some MMA and that. And he said, you know, it's not down to a lot of these foreigners coming over here. A lot of the British have let Britain down. Again, it comes down to the British who don't want to work, who haven't got values, who haven't got family values, haven't got honour, who are running around with stupid knives. A lot of the British people who don't want to put back into British society or British values. And we do let ourselves down a lot.
Yeah.
So we got that to blame as well.
What do you think on... There's only two genders, I know you've... What's your take on...
You're fucking delusional if you think there's any more than two genders. These people who want to identify as they, them. And I get it. They'd be like, oh, you don't understand. No, I do understand. Try put two men on an island, see how many babies you're going to get. Stop it. I don't care how much those two women want to scissor. You're not making a baby. The ideology behind it is like, yeah, a man can have a baby. No, they can't. They never can. There was a guy doing a talk, and he was saying, okay, you're a first aider. You respond to a problem. There's a male laying there on the ground. He's having some problems with his body. Are you going to check for a pregnancy? Well, fuck no. Of course you're not. He's got a full-grown beard. Of course you're not going to check for a pregnancy to see if that's one of the problems, to see if he's having a miscarriage. Of course not. Well, if that's the case, then men can't have babies. Men can't be women. But unfortunately, we got a whole world of weirdos, strange people, crazy thinking that you can identify as they, them, Zers, or whatever else they want to call themselves.
Where do you reckon it came from? Where, like, people, you know, do you reckon it's, you know, is it a perception?
I think we got to a point in society that it doesn't matter what you say online, some other nutcase will agree with you. No matter what you say. You could go, you got a nice watch on, you could say you got a watch fetish, yeah? Watch fetish. You get off to touching watches. So sometimes in public, go around, you touch somebody's watch. Some nutcase around the world will be like, I've got a watch fetish too. Like, because we got so much connectivity that deluded, crazy thinking is seen by other deluded, crazy people.
It's that ripple effect, like you say. It's
but in a negative way, that one.
Yeah, no, but there's a ripple effect, positive, but then there's a negative.
Yeah, like bestiality. You know, there's fucking weirdos who like touching animals. If you put enough of it online, you're going to attract other fucking weirdos who like touching animals. Same with paedophiles. There's enough of them, they put some shit out there, they're going to connect with each other. So these they, dems or Zers or whoever wants to identify as anything other than two normal genders, they're going to go out there and they're going to connect with other crazy people.
Yeah.
And that goes down to terrorists, extremists, whatever it is. If you put enough craziness out there, some other crazy person...
You're going to jump on the back of it.
Yeah. And you could start some sort of weird club all you want. And I fully understand and fully respect a man who wants to become a woman who wants to become a man. You can transition into that. I get it. I appreciate it. I love it. If you feel like you're a woman, or
that's what you want to do, and you know you're not upsetting or hurting anyone. You know, it doesn't. You know,
I believe that you should have the right to do that.
If you want to be whatever makes you happy.
Yeah, but if you want to decide that today you want to be a woman and you're going to say, treat me as a woman, I want to be a woman today. No, sorry, Dave, we're not having that. A prime example is working in a nightclub. There's a lovely young man, but he wears a lot of makeup, heels, and he wears all the women's tight clothes. He doesn't wear the dresses, but he's an absolutely lovely young man. Wears full-on makeup, really, does nails and everything. And I got a call saying there's a geezer in the girls' toilets. So I spoke to him and said, look, you're in the girls' toilets, I get, like, you know, you've got your nails and all that done, it's great, and I appreciate that, you know, I'd never treat you anything different. And he said, you know what, it's hard because I don't want to go to the men's toilets to get shit. I was like, very true, people will take the piss, men will, because they take the piss.
Yeah.
So I said, anytime you need to go to the toilet, you want anybody, you know, talking to, you come and see me and I'll talk to them. Nobody should give you shit for you deciding that you want to wear makeup or nails or do whatever you want to do. I get that. But you've got to also understand that some women will feel uncomfortable having a man in the toilets.
Yeah, if you're standing up having a piss in a women's toilets or whatever.
Yeah,
you know
so you got to respect the women that don't want it in the toilets, but you also got to respect that some of these men who are dressed as women, who are trying to transition or do feel like feminine, they're going to get shit off men as well. So it's hard, but yeah, I just don't understand these they-dems and Zers or whatever they want to identify as.
So what's in the pipe? What have you got coming up? What's in the pipeline for you? Have you got much coming up, or?
I say I'm going to keep doing some more motivational videos. I don't know whether I need to do more lives. A lot of people say to me, do lives. I'm like, fucking no one will sit on live videos all day. One, I've got a company to run. I've got work to do. And I don't understand people sitting on lives all day. I get they get money for it, but I've got other things to succeed at.
Yeah, yeah.
But I will try and get on some more lives. I do want to do more podcasts.
Yeah.
I did start the Fatz Chats podcast. It's just I haven't
just
prioritized
too busy.
it.
Yeah.
You know, I'd like to say I'm too busy, but I just haven't prioritized it.
Yeah.
You know? So I do more of that. Do more of my media work, so I build my company up. I don't know what else I can do. I have toyed with the idea of doing reaction videos, kind of talking a bit more political, a bit more sharing my point of view.
Going into schools, colleges and stuff, which is that's
so I help with the youth. I help with the youth club near me. We did some youth projects. We did. I also reached out to Farron Paul and try and get some anti-knife crime, down on the south coast, because I wanted to do that around the Sussex area. I wanted to get more knives off the street.
Yeah.
Because it's absolutely. I've been in the doors. I've been involved in 3 knife attacks, and one of them got stabbed. So it's horrible to see.
It's crack, isn't it? You know, you leave the house and your phone, your wallet. No, I fucking forgot my knife. Do you get what I mean? You know, you go out the house. Oh, I need to go back for my phone or my wallet or my keys. Oh no, I forgot my knife.
Yeah.
Who the fuck takes a knife out? Or a gun or whatever, you know what I mean? It's just, I just don't get, you know what I mean? You go on a night out. It was a talk, we were talking to some, the other day, we were saying like in Liverpool, if you go out, it's fucking unbelievable city, do you know what I mean? And then like, of a day into the, you know, and then overnight, you know, and you know, you just can, something can happen.
Yeah.
And you're near on it be a knife fucking incident or a gun incident. Not just Liverpool, but I'm just saying, because I got, you know, Manchester, Birmingham, London, you know, Eastbourne, Sussex.
Eastbourne's a seaside town. There shouldn't be a little seaside town in England that should suffer from knife attacks.
Anywhere in the UK shouldn't suffer, do you know what I mean? But like you say, you know, you've dealt with 3 attacks where you've been on the door and that. It's just...
Yeah, that's the weekend just gone. I just heard of somebody else got stabbed in the stomach. He's okay, it's just a few stitches. And I said, is it a serious one or a normal one? When you get to the point as you asking, is it serious or normal? It's a bit weird.
It's mad, isn't it? You know,
they didn't get attacked.
Because it's happening so
just around the town, yeah. And it was like, you don't even ask why anymore. It's just, happens.
It's like the norm. It's like with the sort of coming to terms that it's the norm and stuff like that. But so would you not fancy going into schools and you know, your story and stuff? And because I think with what you're saying about you can do anything. Yeah. And I think kids need that motivational thing. They don't want to listen to fucking careers officers or teachers and stuff like that. We had a teacher reach out to us, one of our earlier guests, a couple of teachers. Yeah. And he said pupils don't want to listen to us. They don't want to listen to power. They want to listen to someone who's lived it. And it was like an earlier guest who was like, had a problem with drugs and stuff. And it was like, and I was like, that's the path I can see you going on. You've turned your life around. You know, you were in a bad hole. You were like doing this, you were doing that. Do you want to hear it from the horse's mouth? Would that be something that you wouldn't be interested in doing?
Yeah. I'll definitely go into schools and colleges or youth centres. I'll definitely go out there and try and give more back on a larger kind of scale, face to face. And that's the idea of doing the videos online. Yeah, I talk about the mental health. You know, a few times I've spoken about knives, not as much. Maybe I should lean on the knife stuff. But a lot of the young men that inbox me or the young men that know me always come to me because they want to get out of that silly lifestyle. They don't want to be sniffing up at 7 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. They don't want to be in that dead-end job. They don't want to feel suicidal anymore. So I'd like to put more content out there to help more people, because I know at some point I'm not going to be here anymore. But if I could leave a legacy behind or something behind or help a few people on my journey, great.
You've done your job, haven't you?
Yeah, you know, I'm bound to have, well, hopefully I've got another 50 years in me. Hopefully.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, leaving something behind or touching a few lives on my journey would be ideal. I've also got, a missus, so create a family.
That's it.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants to reach out to you, how can they get hold of you? On what platforms can people reach out to you? Or, interact with you?
It's TikTok, X, which used to be Twitter. YouTube, Instagram, and it's all the same, Mr. Fatz TV.
You're on Facebook as well, isn't it? Or...
Yeah, Facebook page, Facebook page. I mean, everything that I share is usually on the Instagram and the TikTok. The rest is all the same anyway. It's Mr. Fatz TV, Fatz with a Z. But yeah, hopefully I can get more content out of it, more collaborations, put a bit more goodness in the world before I go.
Brilliant. Listen, I just want to say, that was unbelievable. From the start to the finish, it was real as they come on. I just want to say thank you for sharing the good, the bad and the ugly with us.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, nice one.